It's that time of year, boys. I'm a bit late to the party, but MW4 has been announced for October 23rd, 2026. Or, if you're pre-ordering, you get early access. It will be the 16th of October, so very exciting. So Modern Warfare 4 is going to be developed by Infinity Ward. It's not being released for last gen, which is actually fantastic. What really limits a game's potential is having to also make it backwards compatible. So the fact that they're skipping out on last gen now is a really good move for the series. However, on the opposite side of the coin, apparently they're releasing it for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is a first, so I'll be very interested to see the gameplay that comes out of that. If you pre-order the game, you get open beta early access, so that's excellent. In addition, if you own the current title, you're eligible to a 10% loyalty discount as well. I've seen that pop up on my feed as well. Very tempting. There was some footage released about a month ago by Mr. Dalek JD. I'm not going to call it gameplay because that would be a very loose term. All it was a guy running around, mantling over a car, climbing up a pipe, and laying on his back in the supine position. Not sure why the auto mantle function is a selling point for the new COD, to be honest. I tend to turn auto mantle off every year because I hate it every time I'm going into a gunfight and maybe I'm crouched behind something. It could be a car. It was a car in the footage, actually. And then you push forward and it just mantles over it. So I don't see why that's a selling point, and I think everyone's going to turn it off, so I don't get the big deal with that. In terms of climbing up a pipe, it's effectively a ladder. It's an alternative flank route, getting into a building or whatever it may be. Can't really complain about that. One of the big things that I noticed was that Classic Prestige is coming back. So if you're not familiar with the Classic Prestige system, basically you were Prestige, everything would be locked again. Every single thing, all of your attachments, all of your weapons, it's as if you've just started playing the game again. Their selling point for utilising the Classic Prestige system again is, oh well, you'll get extra XP as a result, so you'll be able to prestige quicker next time. But of course, the persistent prestige method, which is implemented in the last few CODs, is still present, which doesn't reset all of your unlocks, but you do miss out on certain prestige exclusive rewards. So they're really trying to like sell the classic prestige system again. But I mean, I remember back in the day when I was playing like Black Ops 2 and etc. etc. I mean, I've played pretty much every COD since that point. And there would be people who would get to rank 55 and they would just stay there. They didn't care about prestiging. They didn't care about the reputation of, oh, look at me, I'm prestige 3 and I'm prestige 4 and all of that stuff. It's like, it's literally just a case of, hey, I'm rank 55. I've unlocked everything. I'm pretty cool with that, thanks. And I can actually see a lot of players doing that even when this new COD comes out. So, I mean, if the option's there, they're going to take it. Another big one, I think I'm probably one of the few people that actually like this, but Gunsmith is coming back from MW2. I really did utilise this system. I had one friend that I played with who didn't really like it at all, didn't use it. He said it was too complicated, but I actually really enjoyed that function. I enjoyed being able to manufacture my grips quite specifically. I would always put it into like ADS speed to help with my rush style. So to have that back in the new COD is actually quite exciting for me. And the last big one is Gunny. So Gunny is integrated into Gunsmith, and apparently it helps players create weapon builds automatically, and it will recommend classes based on your preferred game style. So effectively, it's going to tell me, as someone who rushes, it's going to be like, hey, you might want to stick a grip on, a suppressor, you might want to have this particular type of stock, and it's like, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to utilise that at all. I've been playing Call of Duty for such a long time, as much as it may not seem it because I don't play very well, but I know what attachments I like on my gun. I know how I like a gun to feel and how I like to move with it, and etc, etc. So I don't need Gunny to tell me how to do that. So I'm not sure that's a selling point for me, but nevertheless, it's nice to see that they're experimenting with different things and it's not just a Control-C and Control-V from last year. Am I going to pre-order the game? I can't give it a hard no. I like the idea of early access. I like the idea of the 10% loyalty discount. Oh, it's, you know, it's hooking me in. And also, you've got to consider it's not going to be on Game Pass at day one release now, since Game Pass have just gone, hey, we're not doing that now. So people can't just rely on their Game Pass subscription to play it day one now. They actually have to buy the game. Ultimately, you know, I've gone through phases where I've gone, you know what, I'm not going to get this year's COD. I'm not going to do it. This year, I'm not going to say that, because let's be honest, I'm going to get the game.